What's up everyone, my name is PlatinumHowler, coach of your Delta Gligars. Today I'm bringing you my week 4 match of the APA Academy versus ItzWhateva and his Sacramento Nidokings. You can see his team over on the right side of the screen. The weird thing is, just before we were about to do this battle, well, more like a day before we were about to do this battle, he announced a whole bunch of transactions, and the main reason for that is because he has Gmax Melmetal, which, if you don't know, is kind of a pain in the ass to obtain in-game at the moment. So that, I think, was the main reason why he dropped it. And now I am worried as to whether or not it's actually going to come. But obviously I do have to prep for it. So he is 0-3, although all 3 of his games to this point have been very close. So he is not to be taken lightly, for sure. We are going to have to play our best game to be able to come out with another win. So let's get right into our team now. Very different approach with Torkoal this week. Very specially defensive. I am not attempting to take hits with his physical from his physical attackers. The main ones that he has, obviously, being like the Melmetal, which probably wouldn't want to stay in against me unless he's G-maxed up. It can click Max Quake to boost his special defense so that he could take a hit. He might fear getting burned, so he might just want to switch out anyway. Terrakion, I don't take hits well from regardless, and Haxorus didn't even come against me when it was brought 2 weeks ago, so I'm kind of banking on the fact that it won't be brought again, but who knows. Really, this is here to take on things like Galvantula, things like Gardevoir. Those are the 2 main ones. So Gyro Ball can do a ton of damage to Gardevoir. Lava Plume, if we lead off with this thing and he wants to try to set Sticky Webs with Galvantula, then we can Lava Plume and more than likely bring him down to his Sash, and if we have a 30% chance to burn, and in that case he will go down outright. Although, to be honest, not getting a burn would be probably better, because then we can just get the Rapid Spin kill on the following turn, unless he is going to try to pivot out into his Rotom. And we have Stomping Tantrum again because there's another Flash Fire Mon, being Heatmore in the back, that he has actually already brought to 2 games. So there's a very good chance that he will bring it again here, wanting to, being able to combat my son. And honestly, I don't really have the best switch-ins to Heatmore at all. So hopefully Stomping Tantrum is doing a big chunk of damage to that thing if that is his initial response to the Torkoal. Next up, Necrozma, Dragon Dance again. We're trying the Dragon Dance thing again. We brought Dragon Dance Necrozma last week and it didn't even get a chance to hit the field. This time I feel all we need coverage-wise is Photon Geyser and Earthquake. We can Dragon Dance up to the level that we need to. We can, if we still have the sun up, then we'll be recovering a ton of HP with the Morning Sun. This speed investment, at +1 speed, I will more than likely outspeed everything on his team that's not Scarfed if he is not running maximum speed investment on certain things, such as Galvantula and Terrakion. I definitely outspeed Haxorus at +1, and at +2 I should be outspeeding most things. We are Tangaberry again because, very similar. This is kind of a similar matchup to our week 2 matchup, where our opponent had things like a Vikavolt, which is, the same typing as Galvantula. Bug Buzz can hit us hard, so we have the Tangaberry to take a hit from that thing if we need to. Megahorn, Terrakion, First Impression, Haxorus, those sorts of things, so hopefully Tangaberry can help us out in that regard. The other mon that he's brought quite a few times this season that could take this thing on, Skuntank. If he's Shookaberry Foul Play, then we could be in a little bit of trouble. But he actually brought Scarf Skuntank 1 week, and Skuntank naturally outspeeds Necrozma, so that could be a thing, Scarf Foul Play. Yeah, we'll see about that. Next up is this Coil Gmax Sandaconda. Max physically defensive because I need all of the defense investment I can get to take on his Gmax Melmetal. The plan is, as soon as I see that thing hit the field, Sandaconda's coming in. I may also need to switch this into Terrakion if Terrakion comes in before the Melmetal. And I can Coil to boost my defense to make sure that I live 2 hits from either one of them. I can rest up the next turn and potentially wake up immediately because I have the Shed Skin ability. And then from there, once I'm at high health, I would, even if I'm still sleeping, I would probably just Gigantamax up while still sleeping if I needed to take a hit from something specific. And then Earthquake and Brutal Swing are our only 2 attacking moves. I really don't like having Brutal Swing on this set, but I need to make sure that I can do damage to his Rotom. This set definitely involves quite a bit of luck and, hoping that if we do go for the rest that we wake up almost right away, like within a turn. Because if we do get a Coil up, and we can restore our HP back up really high, and then Gigantamax up, take hits from stuff like Rotom, stuff like Vaporeon, Gardevoir. Then our +1 Gmax Sandblasts are going to be dealing quite a bit of damage to his team. Next up, Choice Banded Weavile. Adamant Max Speed Weavile outspeeds every single thing on his team, and I'm putting a band on it so that I can hit as hard as possible. Should OHKO things like Gardevoir deal almost OHKO max HP Heatmore, it's low kick. Low kick I have to be careful of because if he has yet to Gmax up his Melmetal, low kick will not work against that thing. So I'd have to switch out for sure. I can click low kick against the Melmetal once his Gmax turns have expired. We have Icicle Spear as well, so we guaranteed outspeed Galvantula by 1 point, and if we might decide to lead off with this thing just to try to get a kill immediately, and if he does lead Galvantula, then as long as we get 3 hits from Icicle Spear, that thing should go down like even through a Focus Sash, and it will not be able to get its Sticky Webs up. And then Banded Ice Shard is also really nice to have in the back to pick off some scary setup threats such as the Haxorus or the Terrakion if it's Scarf set up with a Rock Polish or something like that. Definitely counting on Weavile to be a very massive and clutch breaker for us in this game. Next is Venusaur. Venusaur does not have any speed investment. I'm counting on, if I'm trying to outspeed things, I'm really counting on Sun being up to do so. Other things that I would be hitting with, like such as the Piloswine or Vaporeon, I don't really need speed to hit. And then I have a lot of physical defense investment as well, so that I can take priority Ice Shards or Icicle Crashes from the Piloswine. Because if he's running like max attack Piloswine, then he could potentially OHKO me if I wasn't running so much defense plus Yachi Berry. Venusaur is one of the main things that I have to weaken the Piloswine, so I want to make sure that I can take that thing on 1v1 pretty effectively. We actually don't have Sludge Bomb on this set. Sludge Bomb, really the only thing that would be for is like Gardevoir. Potentially it'd also be the strongest move we have to hit Haxorus, but we have a Banded Weavile for Haxorus, so we should be good for that. Weather Ball and Earth Power. So Weather Ball is just going to be hitting Gmax Melmetal as hard as possible if the sun is up. If it's not up, then we're going to have to settle for an Earth Power. And it's good to have Earth Power as well because otherwise, like an Assault Vest Skuntank set might be able to wall us. And he could possibly get a Flash Fire boost from Heatmore as well. So if he's bringing like Assault Vest Heatmore, which he has brought in the past, then Earth Power probably will not be 2-hit KOing that thing, if he's EV'd it properly. But Heatmore could potentially be a threat, especially because we're not bringing rocks. I had rocks on the Sandaconda set initially instead of Rest, but I wanted to try out the Coil Rest set and see if it could put in a little bit more work for the team this week. And last but not least is going to be this Mimikyu, kind of a Gloomon to this set. It's kind of just meant to be annoying and try to wear down his wall core. Will-O-Wisp. See, Melmetal is a pretty solid switch in to the Mimikyu, and it doesn't... In fact, it's probably smarter for him not to Gigantamax up against Mimikyu right away, because he can break my disguise with the first hit of double Iron Bash, and then the second one should be doing a ton of damage to me. So if I can get him burned before that, then I can live a hit, Pain Split back up, try to weaken him a little bit like that. Yeah, and then we have Taunt, so we can stop Vaporeon from Wisp Pashing. Shadow Claws are our main attacking move so that we can deal damage to his Rotom. That's really something that I want to make sure I can hit, because it can like burn the likes of Necrozma and Sandaconda, which I really don't want to see happen. That is going to be our team for week 4. Like I said, it's a similar matchup to week 2, and we're bringing the same 6 Mons that we brought to the week 2 game. I'm really starting to get a little bit anxious at the fact that I have yet to find a reason to bring Mons like Drampa, Copperajah. I mean, Togetic I knew was kind of a wasted slot anyways, but Drampa, Copperajah I definitely wanted to see more, have more action, but so far I haven't found a reason for them to come. So yeah, I definitely will be thinking about transactions heading into, not heading into next week. Next week the team will probably remain the same, but definitely heading into week 6 I should be considering options to improve my team so that I can, find a reason to bring more than just the same 6 or 7 Mons every week. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this team builder. The battle will be up tomorrow as always, and make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss that battle. We'll see you tomorrow.